continue to attack Hamas. We will continue to dismantle their terror military machine. If they want that ceasefire, they must release hostages.
Netanyahu advisor Mark Dev in New York.
Are you guys tired? No! Will you ever be tired? No!
Hundreds of pro-Palestinian protesters shut down the streets of Midtown Manhattan, clashing with police demanding that ceasefire. America is listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Live and local. Real talk starts now.
Well, I can't say Merry Christmas, but I'll say Happy New Year. How's that?
You can do that. You
Yeah,
can say Happy Holidays.
Yeah, I do prefer Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Okay.
And happy birthday. I'm Rayford Brown.
I'm Kelly Knapp.
I'm Lee Barrows.
And how long will it take to recover?
Oh, gosh, I'm still recovering.
Have a nice Christmas.
Good.
How about you?
I did.
Yeah. Had good visits from some relatives.
Nice.
And we visited some relatives. So, all worked out well. My. Coming up today about 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock this morning. Going to have the mayor here from Jacksonville.
Be nice.
Mayor Sammy Phillips.
We can do a year in review.
That's right. And I'll look forward to next year all at one time. Say, how did this year work out? And I noticed they're about finished. They're still mopping up operations down there on New Bridge Street, but still under construction. But, it's come a long way, baby. I can tell you that. That street. And it's going to be
it's going to be beautiful.
It's going to be a wonder in the future. It used to be the second downtown.
Right.
But now it's becoming the first downtown.
Yes.
Or
We're
joining
going
the
to
first
start
downtown.
calling it Uptown.
There you go, downtown and uptown. And then there's Business Town, Western Boulevard. So, traffic town, Western Boulevard.
I want to say for those of you who are listening this early in the morning, and some aren't because the county's off today. If you have not gone down to the Riverwalk and drove or walked, because you can do both, through that lights that they put up down there, you are missing out. We've done it twice now since we've discovered it. It is amazing. And I don't know who in the city is in charge of that, but kudos to you. And people were out on Christmas Eve even. Mom and I drove the night before Christmas Eve, and then on Christmas Eve again, we took one of my daughters to show her. And people were out walking, taking photos. And if you go right by the waterfront part of the Riverwalk, you can walk through this little path thing they have. It's amazing. It is gorgeous. And as Mom puts it, that's the fattest Christmas tree I've seen. She likes fluffy Christmas trees they have down there. It is absolutely gorgeous. And a lot of families, people, taking pictures with their kids. They've got a lot of inflatable things. They have a big Grinch and but there's a lot of other things. The lights are beautiful. I took pictures. I'm gonna post them on my page, but it's free. I mean, and so you can drive through or you can park, which a lot of people are doing, and then you can walk completely through it. Your choice.
Yeah. Okay.
Amazing.
That sounds good.
Yes.
I haven't been there. Maybe I'll take
you need to take a ride.
5 o'clock
I guarantee you
ride today.
it's going to be, I would suspect they'd have it at least, through this week.
I would imagine
Highly
through New
recommend
Year's.
it.
Very nice.
Mhm.
I just wanted to put something out there also. Last Wednesday night, middle of the night, late night, we had a classroom, one of those temporary buildings over at
Yep.
Blue Creek Elementary
A
catch
trailer.
fire.
Mhm.
Yes. And the teacher lost everything in it.
Oh,
So
my.
I'm going to put a web link on our page. If you would like to help donate, I know insurance will cover a lot of it, but that takes time to gather all that information together and for the insurance companies to pay out. But right now, this teacher lost all her supplies, everything that was in that trailer. So if you'd like to make a donation, it's for Blue Creek Elementary School, one of the teachers there.
Yeah, that's
We'll
good.
put it on our website.
It didn't catch fire. It was set on
It
fire.
was set on
Yes,
fire.
that was the preliminary,
And the individual's been arrested.
right.
Yeah, but he's an involuntary
I
commitment.
know.
Right.
No
Yes.
names.
This is not the first time. I think the same thing happened last year One
don't
of the
know.
buildings caught fire.
Really?
Yes.
Wonder if it's the same person.
Mm.
And let me go ahead and say, these teachers most have to furnish the classrooms with their supplies, usually out of pocket.
Yes,
Um,
they do.
A lot of the stuff is, yes.
yeah.
Mhm.
And so if any of you, I'm going to donate, if any of you can donate, please do whatever it is. And if you know a teacher, ask. My daughter's sister-in-law is a third grade teacher here at Onslow County Schools. And she had every year to begin the school year, she puts out a list of supplies needed. Plus, if there are needy children whose families can't afford the supplies,
Mhm.
she will just put out, hey, we need these extras. And
Oh, cool.
my others donate. But also this year, she put out an ask for board games, and she named the one she wanted. She made sure that every kid in her class got a board game.
Oh, cool. That's
And
good.
she's put the pictures up on the last day of school when they got their game. Those kids were so excited. So, I highly recommend that if you can, please don't, when we put this list up, donate, because this teacher is going to need the supplies. Supplies are expensive.
Yep,
So
for sure.
please do.
A lot of things happening with our military right now. I'm going to go something else first there. With Donald Trump's removal from the ballot, which is going to be still pending, of
Mhm.
course, in Colorado.
Yeah.
And other states potentially going to jump on board if that Supreme Court rules in favor of Colorado.
Mhm.
There are, 6 or 8 other states that are on the list, including California, of course. But North Carolina's state and federal lawmakers say they want to preserve fair elections following those developments in Colorado. The House Speaker, Tim Moore, and Elections Chair, Representative Gray Mills, said last week that they are pursuing legislation to counter efforts in North Carolina to prevent Trump from appearing on the 2024 presidential ballot. So they're going to try to adopt some legislation here to say, nope, head it off at the pass. I still don't understand why, somebody's not convicted of anything, why they, presumed innocent, right?
What do you- Go ahead. I'm trying to post this thing through my phone, and the volume would not stop.
Yes, it will.
It is now.
Rayford will hit it with that.
No, I'm going to pour some water on it. That cures everything.
It does.
But anyway, I don't understand, without a conviction, without a trial, there is a presumption of innocence.
Well, let me say, I saw some news things this week, this weekend, believe it or not, because I was actually home, and my mother likes to watch the news. And someone brought up something that I didn't think of. I still don't think I completely agree with it, but they're saying part of their logic is because he was there, they're using his quote participation in the events of the day as they're calling that insurrection. Now, it's a stretch for me. It's completely a stretch for me.
That's a major stretch. That's because they don't have a trial. They don't have a presumption of
Correct.
guilt.
I agree.
There is a presumption of innocence.
Hmm.
And just because you're there were thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people there that are not being charged with insurrection.
Correct. I agree.
Mhm.
Including the whole group here from Jacksonville.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's all part of the political
If
ploy.
they enter the building
Hmm.
illegally, that's an illegal activity.
Entering the building is one thing, but
Mhm.
standing on a podium, not even in front of the building,
Mm-mm.
a block, 5 blocks, 10, I don't know how
Whatever
far away it
some
was.
distance.
To me is not. And I don't, we read his speech a little bit in here before. I don't recall, and correct me if I'm wrong, him ever saying, go down and storm the building.
No.
I think he said, like, make your voice be heard or whatever it was he said.
Something like that.
I mean, you can take, that's interpretive, which I think some of them clearly interpreted it the wrong way.
Well, they couldn't find any other way to do it, so they did it that way.
Yeah. But I mean, y'all know I'm not even a Trump fan at all.
I'm not
but
either. Never have been.
I think this is a stretch, but I think you are setting a dangerous precedent by starting this. If you are going to start, because this is how parties can try to get their candidate through.
Yep.
Bottom line.
That's the way to do it.
I don't think if it goes through, I'm telling you right now, it's not going to stop with Trump. All y'all going, it's just going to be one of those be careful what you wish for things.
Yep. Down in Georgia,
Mm-hmm.
did you read that story?
No.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that's one of the battleground states,
Mhm.
and looks like Biden. He may have a bit of a problem in Georgia with Trump on the ballot there, if it goes that far. I mean, Trump is the nominee. That's what they're saying right now. He's preparing for this likely possible rematch with Donald Trump. It's been one of the most. Georgia's been one of the most closely watched states in recent election cycles, and could ultimately determine who ends up in the White House on Inauguration Day next year. My goodness, we're only a year and 4 weeks away from it. 3 weeks. Wow.
Yeah, the fun starts in March.
Yeah. Recent polls have shown Trump with an early advantage in the Peach States, strengthened by Biden's lackluster support from black voters and growing concerns among Democrat activists over funding and enthusiasm have emboldened Republicans hoping to reverse the state's battleground status. They want to make it a clear blue-red state. It's a good possibility this year that will happen, regardless of whoever the Republican nominee is.
We're going to have a lot of surprises this year.
Because it's not just
Coming
they're
year.
so pro-Trump, it's that they're anti-Biden right now.
I agree with that.
And so
Yeah.
it's, it's going to be a mess.
Well, I saw something this weekend too. In some states, I think Maine was one of them. Nikki Haley is ahead of Trump in the polls.
She's moving on up.
Yeah.
I
So-
don't think she'll ever be voted in, though.
Probably not, but who knows?
Just don't know. Just going to see what comes out with some of these states putting somebody as a third party on their ballots.
Yeah, and including Robert
Yeah.
F. Kennedy.
Mhm.
He's going to be a problem for Trump.
I think
I mean,
so.
for Trump and for Biden.
I think it'll be a problem for both of them.
Yeah, but for Biden, he's going to really mess up the works there in the primaries,
I think so.
because the Democrats who will not support Biden would likely support Kennedy.
Hmm.
And then there's Joe Manchin.
I was going to say,
he's
Manchin, don't
he's
forget
been
about
up.
him.
He's been up in Maine.
Yeah,
What's he up in Maine for? That's a long ways from West by God, Virginia.
he's up there campaigning.
Uh huh.
Hmm.
I think he's testing the waters. That's for sure. 3 American military personnel injured during an attack by Hezbollah terrorists in Iraq on Christmas Day. One U.S. service member who was was critically wounded.
Hmm.
The announcement was made in a statement by Secretary of Defense Austin. The official explained that the U.S. military quickly retaliated against the fighters after the attack. You shoot at our people, we're going to shoot you back.
Absolutely.
That's the bottom line.
Absolutely. One of our servicemen was hurt critically
Yep.
too. So
Yeah, that's the one.
why
one of them.
wait? I know they started some airstrikes in
Yeah.
retaliation, but now Iran's threatening us again.
Okay.
Well, Iran's threatening everybody, but Iran's
Yes.
also going after Israel because Israel did an air attack and killed one of their chief commanders.
Mm-hmm.
So, and they're accusing Israel of all sorts of bad things. The Iranian senior advisor in the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, they confirmed the death of Saeed Razi Mousavi, who was responsible for coordinating a military alliance between Iran and Syria. Now-
agree.
Iran is claiming to be developing smart cruise missiles for Navy arsenal. Golly. Iran's going to be a big problem.
Yes.
And it supports the terrorist organizations, Hezbollah, and of course Hamas. And Russia is supporting Iran. China is supporting Iran. What a coalition.
I'm
of
surprised.
misfits.
Yeah, I'm surprised the Middle East has not erupted already.
Yeah.
It's just and did Israel agree to a ceasefire yet?
No, they're not going to have to do a ceasefire, not until all the hostages are released. That was
Yes.
That was one that was a scam that was pulled over on the last go round. And in the meantime, at least one other hostage was murdered during that ceasefire.
Right.
So don't know what you do. Flood the tunnels, you can't do that. Flood the caves, you can't really do that because we don't know where those hostages are. And you can rest assured some of them are in the tunnels to keep Israel from flooding them. Whatever's. Okay, again, coming up in about 45 minutes, we're going to have His Honor,
Yes.
Mayor Sammy Phillips, going to be
Jacksonville.
joining us this morning. We'll find out how things went throughout the year. He got through an election unscathed. And so everything's maybe
it's been peaceful in Jacksonville
Yeah,
this
it has
past year.
been.
Got a lot of things done.
it has
Some road work, some lights, some transportation issues.
Yeah, you had some kind of information, Kelly, yesterday that somebody may have jumped off a bridge.
That's what a neighbor said. They were driving right by, and JPD was out there with some emergency vehicles and looked like they were looking. So I don't have any other information.
Yeah, I tried looking last night too. I
That's
didn't see
another-
anything.
I've requested information on it, but nobody's gotten back to me yet. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah.
For the on-call guy. Okay, let's go ahead and take a break. If you want to chat with us this morning, now would be a good time as soon as we do weather coming back. So if you want to chat, and I hope you had a Merry Christmas. Tell us if there's anything really outstanding. Let us know. I'd like to hear from you. I had a less than outstanding meal that I cooked.
I know,
Don't
right?
ever want to make that mistake again.
You had talked about that prime rib for a
Yep.
couple weeks now.
You're live in local Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSMA. Don't go too far from your radio. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with things I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of the disease called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, straight lines seem wavy, like when looking at a door frame. For others, blurry or missing spots can make it hard to read or see loved ones' faces. Many have trouble seeing in low light, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you've been diagnosed with AMD and notice vision changes, don't wait. Talk to your eye doctor about GA today. Learn more at GAWon'tWait.com. That's GAWon'tWait.com.
A plan every adult family member should consider is the pre-arranged funeral. It's the worry-saving thing to do for your family. Making pre-arrangements helps to alleviate the additional stress on family members that can come with arranging a loved one's funeral. Jones Funeral Home's prepaid funeral plan helps remove confusion. They make a practical evaluation of costs possible, and it's the best way to take an unpleasant task off the shoulders of the family. Call Jones Funeral Home at 455-1281.
With locations in Jacksonville, Richland, Swansboro, and Holly Ridge.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full-color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
C&S Paint, Jacksonville's premier paint store since 1957, with 3 locations serving the Crystal Coast, has everything you need from brushes to Olympic stain and quality Benjamin Moore paint. Benjamin Moore offers unmatched color and durability, so the color will last for years to come. Whether a do-it-yourselfer or paint contractor, when you shop C&S Paint Center with 3 locations, you're not just improving your home or construction site, you're supporting a local business too. CNS Paint Center, Olympic Stain, and Benjamin Moore. Paint for everything that matters. CNS Paint Center, 105 Wayne Drive, Morridge City, 6 Doris Avenue, Jacksonville, and 504 Cedar Point Boulevard, Cedar Point. CNS Paint. Phone 910-455-0210. Jacksonville's premier paint store since 1957.
Wismart and Chappie's Chicken. And for over 50 years, Great Gas and Oil Company has kept our community comfortable year-round with quality heating and cooling products and dependable service. In addition to heating and air conditioning service, Great Gas and Oil Company does generators, tankless water heaters, and quality appliance repair. For service, phone 910-347-7138. Locally owned and operated by Jerry and Jeff Allen and Bobby and Louise Williams.
If you're looking for a great deal on a brand new Mitsubishi pre-owned car or truck, look no further than Bob Mills Mitsubishi, 2150 North Marine Boulevard. Because at Bob Mills Mitsubishi, they give it away and guarantee all their customers financing. At Bob Mills, there is no high pressure, no smoke and mirrors, or running back and forth to a sales manager. Buying a new Mitsubishi or quality pre-owned car or truck should be a fun experience, and that's what you'll have at Bob Mills Mitsubishi, 2150 North Marine Boulevard in Jacksonville, because they give it away.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Okay, we're back. Another new year right around the corner. Just beating our doors right now, and the fine folks down at Tideline Marine and Family are getting ready for a really big year. The days are already getting longer. You might not notice it, but they're a few seconds longer each day. And the distributors are getting ready to offer dealers like Tideline some very special early season specials that Tideline will pass along to its loyal customers. So Tideline is closed until the 3rd. That's next Wednesday, making sure that everything is in place for 2024. Mark that date on your calendar, January 3rd at Tideline. Deals on Aloha Tri-Tune boats. A new one arrived during the Christmas holidays, by the way. And you might want to be among the first to check it out. 159 Old Bridge Street on the banks of the New River in downtown Jacksonville. Small craft advisories in effect through Thursday morning. Offshore today, southeasterly winds 10 to 15 knots, increasing to 15 to 20 with gusts to 25 this afternoon. 4 to 6 foot seas, dominant period 6 seconds, sounds and rivers of moderate chop, increasing to choppy in the afternoon. Wednesday, southerly winds 15 to 20 with gust up to 25, becoming southwesterly 10 to 15 in the afternoon. Seas 5 to 7 feet. 4 to 5 near shore, dominant period 7 seconds. Sounds and rivers are going to be choppy. Westerly winds on Thursday, 10 to 15 knots, 3 to 5 footers. Sounds and rivers, a moderate chop.
Today, showers likely mainly after 5 p.m. Otherwise, cloudy, a high of 70, but little breezy, wind 6 to 10 miles an hour, and gusts as high as 17 miles an hour. Tonight, it's flat out going to rain, low of 59, which isn't too bad. Tomorrow, showers likely mainly before 1 p.m. Otherwise, cloudy, high of 69. And then tomorrow night, mostly cloudy, low of 48. And then on Thursday, sunny, high of 61. And then it just kind of goes downhill temperature-wise through the weekend.
We're going to touch on the freezing door again here towards the
New Year's
weekend.
Eve, it's going to be 32. Saturday night, 29. That's a fireplace right there.
Yeah, I really wanted to build a fire Christmas Eve, but it was just too blasted hot.
Mom was cold, so we had a fire.
Oh,
and
did
I,
you?
Sweated out in there. Yes. So we actually had one.
No.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
I got, you got a piece of paper over there, Rayford?
I got one right
Can
here.
you answer? Can you pass a 5th grade math test?
Probably not.
But I can tell you right now I can't based on these questions. And this is in Oregon. Question 1. Chevron is using a is using a calculator to multiply 5426 and 30. He enters 5426 times 300 by mistake. What can he do to correct his mistake?
Start again.
That's not a choice. You have 4 choices. A, add 270 to the product.
Wrong.
B, subtract 270 from the product.
Wrong.
C, multiply the product by 10.
Wrong.
D, divide the product by 10.
Right.
Yeah, you're right. Good job, Rayford. Okay, next question. Which expression correctly shows the sum of the product of 9 and 5 and the difference of 24 and 6. So this looks like an algebra problem. I can tell you I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to go and tell you. Okay. So the sum of the product, which is the answer, of 9 and 5 and the difference of 24 and 6. All right.
Got some
Correct
answers?
answer. Correct answer. And here's your choices. A, 9 plus 5 times 24 in parentheses minus 6.
All right, I'm trying to give me that question one more time.
Okay. All right. Which they're giving you they're giving you the what the problem should be, I'm assuming, because it says which expression, and I think that means the way it's written out, correctly shows the sum of the product of 9 and 5 and the difference of 24 and 6. I'm already struggling with this one. I hate math.
I don't like the wording, but go ahead. 32 is an answer. Is that one?
Don't give you an answer. It just shows how it's supposed to be written out initially.
Oh. Okay.
I'll go ahead and give you what the answer is.
Go ahead.
Okay. Parentheses 9 times 5 plus
9 times 5. Yeah, I thought you said the sum of.
It says what expression correctly shows the sum of the product of 9 and 5 and the difference of 24 and 6. I would put which way written out doesn't work, but that's how, because I hate math. So anyway, according to this, the answer is parentheses 9 times 5 plus parentheses 24 minus 6.
45, 4, 49.
24, 45 plus 18.
They don't tell you that. I just want you to know how it's initially written out.
Go ahead.
Next one. Oh gosh, I don't even know what this means. Which equation has the same unknown value as 405 divided by 15 equals n? So write out 405 divided by 15 equals
405.
405 divided by 15 equals n. And then the choices show you an actual answer. All right, here's your choices. 405 times n equals 15. B, n divided by 405 equals 15. C, 15 times n equals 405. Or D, n divided by 15 equals 405.
I don't know.
It's C, 15 times n equals 405. Don't ask me, don't know. How can fifth graders know this stuff? This one is fairly easy, but not to me, but I'm sure to you because you're smart with this stuff. Which expression is equal to 7/8? Your choices are A, 7 divided by 8, B, 8 times 7, C, 8 divided by 7, or D, 7 times 8.
7 divided by 8.
Correct. Good job. All right, last one.
I just want to drink.
I'm telling you, how did these fifth graders learn this stuff? And I'm telling you, when I was in fifth grade, we did not do this. I'm going to go on record as saying that we must have just been dumb. But anyway. All right, a rectangular prism, I don't even know what that is, has a volume of 42 cubic units. The length is 3 units and the width is 2 units. What is the height?
3 times 2.
What is a prism?
6.
You're right. Good job, Rayford. Rayford got it right.
Yeah.
What's
You've never seen a prism
I don't know. Probably didn't know that's what
with
it was
light
called.
going through it, and it shows you all.
Yes,
sorts-
yes, I do.
Okay.
Okay. Look, let me tell you something. When you know how my grandson loves math. When that kid was like 3, and this is a 100% true story. We were doing shapes, and he knew all his shapes by then. The kid was counting to 1,000, but regardless. And I called it a diamond. And that kid lost his mind because it was a rhombus, or that's what it's called in the shape world.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I didn't like geometry.
He came unglued and went on YouTube and proved it to me at 3. Sad. Math was never my strong. I passed math in college, shocking, and even took statistics.
Oh God!
Got an A in that. I cried my way through every night. It was brutal, but I think the teacher pity passed me personally. But I'll never do it again. And I've never used algebra to this day. I mean, I can
Oh, I
problem
did that.
solve and I can work a word problem like nobody's business.
I like algebra.
This parentheses and plus and minus stuff. Fifth graders. This is from the Oregon end of grade, fifth grade test.
And I guarantee you, if they were to walk into a store right now and the sign said 15% off, they could not figure out how much money they would be saving.
I agree with that.
It's the
15% off $1, you multiply it by 0.85 and it comes back 85 cents.
Yeah.
But
That's how I do it.
But
yeah.
yet, these kids nowadays, they can't figure that out.
Common
half of
Core
them
math.
can't even.
Yeah.
Half of them can't even balance a checkbook. But yet, you want to teach them stuff like that. That's enough to make me want to quit school.
This makes my head hurt. And I want to know whoever invented Common Core math. I want them to come in here so we can take turns fighting them. Because I had one of my little kid clients brought some of their math problem in, just wanted to show me why they were stressed. Because I'm like, bring in evidence of what you're stressed about. I don't look, this kid, I had to talk with the kid's parents. Like, look, you need to go easy on this kid. Rayford, it is the way we were taught to like add, and it's so simple.
Mm-hmm.
They've got these kids nonsense that to me is like 10 extra steps, and they get in trouble. And the problem is this kid, my kid client, is very smart, and they know the answer, but they got in trouble. They got a bad grade because they weren't showing their work. But they could rattle off, and they can, add and do whatever it was in their head.
My Algebra 1 teacher,
Mhm.
Mrs. Hardison,
Mhm.
she gave us all these algebra questions and had to take them home,
Mhm.
come back with them. And all I did was go home and I came back with the answers.
Yeah.
And she said, you got to show me how you got there. I said, that takes too long.
Mhm.
I can do it up here.
That's what my kid client said.
And
They got in trouble
she
for it.
said, well, come on up to the blackboard. And I said, uh-oh.
Yeah, here we go.
So she said, show me. I'm going to give you 5 questions. And now you're going to figure it out and show me the steps that you go through in your head to figure it out.
It's a lot of work.
And I did.
Uh-huh.
And she said, okay, all you got to do now is give me the answers from now on.
Because you know it.
Yeah.
Well, and the kid had his Common Core stuff and his regular stuff. And I'm like, and I don't remember what the problem. It was something simple. Even I could do it. So that I'll tell you how simple it was. But he said, Miss Kelly, no, I can't do it that way. Because I did it the way we were taught, whatever it was. And I'm like, what do you mean? And he worked this problem out, and it was like 4 or 5 extra steps to come up with the answer was 15 or something, whatever it was. It was so simple. Who invented Common Core, and what is the point of it? I want to know. Someone needs to tell me.
I tried to help my granddaughter when she was much younger.
Yeah.
Do her math work, and I show her the simple way to
Correct.
do it. She goes, nope, I can't do it that
Correct.
way.
They can't.
By the time she finished with one problem, she had a page full. And I'm like, what's the sense?
That's what I'm saying.
Is she using it now? No.
It is, and you wonder why these little kids are stressed out. I mean, it does, and especially a kid, especially if you got like an autistic kid or whatever.
No, I
can't work it in my head, but I can work it out. You want me
It's
to write
too
it out?
early in the
I
morning
can't do
for
that in
all
my
that.
head.
25 times 25
Hold on,
is 625.
Right.
35 times 35 is 1225.
Yeah, I mean,
45 times 45 is 2025.
When I was in like 3rd grade learning my multiplication, I could do that.
Why do I
can't
know that? This is a little tricky thing here.
All right.
5 times 5 is 25.
Correct.
Add 1 to this. 2 times 3 is 6.
Oh, that's
4 times 3 is 25. 4 times 5 is
Can
20.
we go back to the weather?
25.
Okay. See, yeah.
All this math early in the morning. I'm like, no.
I just want to see.
Let's talk weather.
Ray
Let's
was good
talk
at math and stuff, so I knew that
Let's
he
talk
would be able to
snow,
answer these
anything.
Oregon 5th grade questions.
Back in May last year, or this year, sorry, well, it's still 2023. I'm trying to get rid of this year. Officers with the Jacksonville PD responded to a 911 call on Onslow Drive, had an unresponsive male there. They attempted life-saving measures, unsuccessful in reviving Stephen Brown, who ultimately died of a suspected fentanyl overdose. Detectives from the Criminal Investigation Division and Special Operations Division assumed the death investigation. The detectives discovered during the investigation that Manuel Ricardo Mejia sold Brown the fatal dose of fentanyl just prior to Brown becoming unresponsive. Brown's official cause of death has been determined by the medical examiner to be an overdose from fentanyl. Magia was arrested and has been charged with selling Schedule 2, delivering Schedule 2, possession with intent to manufacture and sell Schedule 2, manufacturing Schedule 2, and a whole bunch of other things at a child daycare center or child care center, and death by distribution. He's currently in the Big County Hotel downtown without benefit of bond.
Well,
Trial to be determined.
wow. Okay.
Sad state of affairs is this fentanyl stuff, so may as well go down to the border.
Yes.
We still ain't doing nothing down there.
Nope.
We just haven't come up with
Nothing
anything to
to-
do. Talk about how great it is. I mean, even Biden's talking about how much good work he's done. The White House has fallen right in line with that pile of horse hockey. I don't get it. I don't get it why he can't see it. His family, his staff. I'm ashamed of them for not convincing him what's going on.
Well, I think you're elected, and it's just the thing that you'll serve 2 terms. And I don't know. It's like my older brother and I were talking last night. It's a sad state of affairs. We've got no one to choose from.
Nope.
My opinion, his opinion, he felt the same way.
Nope.
He said, there's nobody. Well, what are you going to do? You're going to go to the ballot box and just look at it and say,
Pretty much.
yeah,
Nothing else you can do.
it's shameful.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Or leave it blank.
And I don't want to do that.
I don't either.
Again, I'm going to have to find the lesser of all evils. And I'm afraid this year we're going to have a whole lot of all evils, the lesser evil there.
When you talk about securing the border, I mean, all of 2024 is going to be just fighting over who's running. It's all going to be politics. Nothing's going to get done.
Yeah.
Nothing.
I saw the price of gas is going back up again.
Oh, what?
Yeah, it was down to 278, I think it was.
I think I paid the last tank I got around 282 or something.
Yeah, well, it's back up. It's creeped up again.
Well, that's just great. Why? Because everybody's getting ready to come back home, need gas.
Yeah, pretty much. So you can rest assured around the interstates it's going to be up.
Mm.
Okay, let's take a break. We'll be back on the other side. Where are you? What are you doing? Why aren't you calling? 910-333-0139, 910-333-0139. You're live and local Real Talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME. Worldwide, WSME971.com.
Coastal Bank and Trust thanks you for allowing us the privilege of handling all your bank needs, including personal and commercial loans to mortgage services. With locations in Jacksonville, Holly Ridge, Richlands, and Morehead City, Coastal Bank and Trust truly is a community bank dedicated to those we serve and is proud to be a part of the continued growth of Onslow, Carteret, and surrounding counties, and looks forward to meeting you. Thank you for voting us the best of the best 5 years in a row. FDIC insured and an equal housing lender. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Doctors Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry.
Hello, shoppers. Take advantage of the following specials and many, many more at your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store, where good things cost less. Down the street on the Richlands Highway, Jacksonville, and Main Street in Maysville. Smithfield smoked shank portion hams, 79 cents a pound with a Pig Perks membership only. Limit 1 per member. Smithfield butt portion hams, 99 cents a pound. Bone-in standing loin roast is only $7.99 a pound. Bone-in standing rib roast, $12.99 a pound. Turkey breast, just $1.59 a pound. Spiral sliced half hams, $1.99 a pound. Whole fresh hams, $1.99 a pound. And remember, the beef and pork is cut fresh every day by the butchers at your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store, and they use only the finest and certified Angus beef and Sanderson's Farm chicken. Oven Produce, how about an 8-pound bag of sweet Florida navel oranges for just $7.99 for an 8-pound bag? Eastern red, Rome, or golden delicious apples, just 99 cents a pound. How about a 6-ounce container of blueberries, blackberries, or raspberries for just $3.99? Russet baking potatoes, only 79 cents a pound. Got to be North Carolina grown sweet potatoes, 89 cents a pound. How about a 3-pound bag of Florida Sunburst tangerines for just $4.99? And you get the 2-liter size Pepsi or Mountain Dew. The Pig Perk price is 2 for $3, limit 2 deals per person. That's your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store where good things cost less. Down the street on the Richlands Highway, Jacksonville, and Main Street in Maysville. Remember, say big with the pig.
Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing specializes in residential and interior and exterior painting. In fact, they paint most anything except cars, including homes, businesses, apartment complexes, decks, and they do minor repairs, wood repairs, pressure washing, waterproofing, and more, including storm repair and cleanup. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing, fully licensed, insured, and locally owned and operated by Roger Carroll Jr. References available and customer satisfaction is always guaranteed. So if you want it painted, maintained, power washed, or need a new roof, call Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, and Power Washing at 910-939-0749 or visit southerntouchpaintingnc.com. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing salutes our troops and is proud to be part of the continued growth of Onslow and surrounding counties.
It's live and local. Real Talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Okay, Dougie, we're back. And again, 910-333-0139. You want to chat? Feel free to do so. Coming up at 8 o'clock, we're going to have Mayor Sandy Phillips in here from the great city of Jacksonville and see how things are going and how things are going. What's on the platter for next year?
Yeah, I want to see how much more they're going to do in New Bridge Street.
Yep.
Going to add anything else?
Well, I know there's some other streets in the area that need to be paved over. There's,
Club.
Yeah, Country Club's one of them, but downtown there's some other areas leading off of New Bridge, so they're going to get to it.
I'd like to know the latest on the New River apartments too, Town Center apartments.
Yeah, well, we'll find out about that too.
Yes, I say mow it all down.
Well,
it's privately owned though. That's where your issues are.
Mm-hmm. We shall see. The number of concealed carry permits went down last year for the first time.
Really?
Yep. Not here, but in about 23 states. Why? Because there are now 27 states who do not have to get a permit to carry concealed.
That's right.
So in other states, the other 23 states, the number of permittees went up. Mm-hmm. But you don't have to have a permit to buy or carry one in 27 states in the United States now. I'm not sure how I feel about that. We'll ask the sheriff when we have him here on Thursday. So I'm just not quite sure how I feel about that. I like knowing, I would like knowing if I was still in law enforcement that a guy who was carrying a gun had already been screened.
Yes, I think that's important.
Mm-hmm.
I think they should also have to take a safety course.
Well, yeah, there should be something there, but having at least been screened, because he may not have bought a gun, he may have inherited a gun. He doesn't mean that he can even legally carry one or that he is of sound mind enough to carry one. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I am all in favor of the Second Amendment. Second Amendment being for those individuals who are legally qualified to possess or carry a gun should be able to carry one. But that's just a me thing. The North Carolina is not among the states that you can carry one legally unless you have a permit.
Right. Does not allow
We still require the
constitutional
permit.
carry.
Yeah, we still require a permit.
Right.
But we're among the minority.
Mm-hmm. It's a shot.
Alabama,
issue
Alaska,
state.
Arizona, Arkansas, I like to call it that, Florida, Georgia, Idaho, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Maine, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, New Hampshire, North Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Vermont, West Virginia, and Wyoming. You do not have to have a permit to carry. Now, I don't know what the rules are there. Whether you have to be a resident of that state, don't know. I just don't know. If you have to be a resident of Florida to carry one, that's one thing. I'm assuming these states still have, they allow permittees from other states to carry one in their state.
Right.
That's a good question.
There are, I think, 35 states that a North Carolina concealed carry permit is observed in. They acknowledge it, and you can carry there, but you have to do it by their rules. And I don't know what that would be. For instance, in North Carolina, you cannot carry a handgun concealed and go into a bar and have a drink.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay, you can't do that.
And see, that's another thing. I think that people should have to take this course. They should learn the laws. And they should also learn the safety aspect of it, because I've been to too many ranges where a group of people come out that have never shot a weapon before. And I'm like, see ya. I don't want to be anywhere near them, because, they have no safety personnel with them. They don't know what they're doing. And it's very easy. How many times have you seen someone load a weapon and they're talking to somebody while they're waving it around, you know? Oh, that's the most dangerous thing to do. So.
And even if you're handed a gun, obviously you're going to take it, but the person who hands you a gun
That's
and
right.
has not unloaded it
That's right.
is wrong.
Always unload it first.
Yep.
I unloaded and then hand it over,
Yep.
but wow, I've seen some dumb things out at the
So have I.
range.
I saw some at the range when back in 1990, I think it was, when lots of local law enforcement agencies in New Hanover County were switching over from revolvers to
Yes.
semi-automatics. Well, I happened to be in a refresher course at that time, just the firearms refresher course.
Right. I know what you're going to say. They
And at
dropped
the-
the mag and then.
You're supposed to drive. They went through it in the classroom time again and again and again. Now, these are already sworn law enforcement officers, you understand,
Yes.
who did not know anything about semi-automatics.
Hmm.
Some of them were prior military, and they did.
Right.
So that was easy for them. But they were told, drop your magazine, then remove the round from the chamber.
The chamber. And that's what they forget is the round in the chamber.
No, they would drop the round in the chamber first and then drop their
Oh.
magazine. And all they did was put another round in.
Okay. Yeah.
At the range, I will never forget.
Right.
Everybody on the firing line, the first go around, he said, all right, clear your weapons, unload your weapons. About 4 or 5 of them put a new round in the chamber,
Hmm.
drop the magazine, and the instructor said, point your weapons downrange at the target and pull the trigger.
Right.
Boom,
I
boom,
bet
boom,
some of them
boom.
were
It's
just
like, holy moly.
Scary.
It's scary, very
It
scary.
is scary.
Well, I usually don't have a lot of good things to say about New York City, especially
You sure don't.
I just don't. But I have to say, I just read something here. The city probation department, it's probation, but I guess they have their own, which makes sense. So the mayor Adams had got, they wrote, the news article says ex-NYPD chief Juanita Holmes to run it. But since she's been doing it for 9 months now, this woman's made a lot of changes, but I'm super impressed. And now critics, of course, do-gooders and people don't want nobody to turn their lives around or complain about her. But she has now ordered probation officers to carry guns. She's pushed for offenders to be charged more often with probation violations. And she started slashing funding to previous programs, which she said weren't doing a lick for anybody. And people saying that she's shifting the agency from emphasis on social work to more aggressive law enforcement footing. But that it's probation. What do y'all think this is? And she said, but she's trying to make the agency do a better job in ensuring people that are on probation are working, attending school, or meeting other requirements of their non-jail sentences. That's what it's supposed to be. Good on this lady. She started finding things that they were like wasting money on. It just, what make them go to work, some crazy mentor program. And she says, I'm trying to keep these people from becoming repeat criminal offenders. Bottom line. Good on her. She's ticked off people that I just think, they just, and you wonder why crime is so rampant there. And people think I'm not going to be held accountable.
Yep.
Hold people on probation accountable. Look, you can go down here to Onslow County and look at this will make you mad. Go sit in there sometime and read the probation violations of the drug offenders. And they get, they get slaps on the wrist 4, 5, 6 times.
Right.
Make them accountable. And that's here locally. It needs to change as well.
It
So
should.
anyway, good on New York. Finally, something good out of there.
When you're on probation or parole and you violate the terms of your parole and your PO takes you, puts you in jail and does the whole kit and caboodle all over again.
You ought to have to serve your original sentence. Oh,
you should have to serve your original sentence.
Yes, I agree with
That's
that.
not the way things work.
It's not. Even here, it's
No,
not.
it doesn't.
And I've even had a few clients who've been on probation that I felt like should have been, they're jailed, and they're just slapped on the wrist and keep on rocking and rolling. Well, what are they learning? Not one thing.
Nothing. All right, let's take a break. You're live in local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME, and we'll be right back.
This is Mayor John Davis reporting from Swansboro. I actually sit here in Dairy Queen, and we would love for you to come visit us over the holidays. We'd like to take this Thanksgiving season to say thank you to our troops and to our veterans, especially to those who are deployed. I also want to say thank you to our teachers and our principals for the hard work that you have done this year. And also thank you to the Swansboro town staff for all your efforts.
Modern Exterminating 627 College Street, Jacksonville has proudly been serving the pest control needs of Onslow and surrounding counties since 1952. That's 70 years of protecting the health and property of our citizens from rodents, termites, mosquitoes, and all other pests. Modern Exterminating offers inspection without obligation. Being authorized to serve government quarters, Modern Exterminating takes this opportunity to thank those who serve and allowing us to handle all your pest control needs. If what they use don't zap them, they'll trap them. And if you're not satisfied, they'll step on them. The bug stops here. Modern Exterminating, family owned and operated since 1952. Call today, 910-455-5122. That's 910-455-5122 for Modern Exterminating.
Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, your trusted local carrier indoor weather team, serving all of your heating and air conditioning needs since 1967. Now offers residential and commercial duct and dryer vent cleaning. Now offers expert residential and commercial plumbing service. In case of a power outage due to normal or for any other reason, be prepared with a Generac generator for your home or business. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning has Generac generators in stock, ready to install today. Remember, better breathing comes with cleaner air. Let Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning improve the air quality in your home or business with professional air duct cleaning. As always, Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning is available 24/7 for all your heating, cooling, and plumbing emergency needs. Turn to the carrier experts, Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, with locations in Jacksonville and Hampstead. Visit online, humphreyheating.com. And follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning since 1967. Relax. We're on the way.
Flatwoods Outfitters of Hubert looks forward to serving you throughout the new year with all your sporting arm needs and personal safety. Located at 111 Second Amendment Lane in Hubert between Jacksonville and Swansboro, Flatwoods Outfitters is Onslow County's oldest sporting and firearm facility. Flatwoods Outfitters has a long gun or pistol in stock to fit your need, whether for hunting or personal safety. Take advantage of their outdoor shooting range to practice or to learn how to safely operate your firearm, which Flatwoods highly recommends. At Flatwoods, you can sight in your scope to be sure of perfect accuracy to back that trophy. They carry all the major brand names of long guns, shotguns, and pistols, as well as ammunition. If you are interested in a concealed weapon permit, Flatwoods Outfitters can assist with that also. Flatwoods Outfitters, 111 Second Amendment Lane, just off Highway 24 in Hubert, where they aim to preserve our hunting heritage, wildlife, and Constitution.
Looking for a job? Full-time? Part-time? Il Cigno Italiano Restaurant wants you. We're currently hiring for hostesses, servers, bartenders, and dishwashers. Il Cigno Italiano is a family-owned, fast-paced restaurant that offers the best in fine dining on the Crystal Coast. If you're hardworking, reliable, professional, and have a desire to always strive for better, we want to talk to you. Make great money and be a part of an outstanding, dedicated team. Il Cigno Italiano on West Corbett Avenue in Swansboro.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
It's live and local real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Okay, we're back, and we've been joined by Mayor Sammy Phillips from the great city of Jacksonville. And Mr. Mayor, you have a good Christmas, I take it?
Yeah, it was a very nice Christmas. Very relaxing, very enjoyable.
Good, good.
Neighborhood was quiet too.
Yeah.
Very quiet.
I was going yesterday, so there wasn't a whole lot of rabble-rousing.
Oh, okay. It's been quiet all weekend. And I was like, nice.
Yeah, I didn't hear of any major incidents.
No, nothing came to me. That's
always a good thing.
Always a good thing, yes, sir.
Very good.
I think there was a claim that somebody may have jumped off the bridge, but I don't think they found anything. If they did, I would assume you would have heard about that too.
Probably would have heard about that.
Anyway, Jacksonville in 2023, a lot of work has been done. I mean, first of the year, we were talking about that new Bridge Street deal. Y'all are still working on it, but it has come a long way.
Yeah, it's a long, it's been a long project, but it's going to pay off. I think in the long run, it's going to make that area a lot more business friendly, a lot more. I think it'll be a nicer touch to the town.
Parking friendly too.
Parking friendly.
Yes.
I think doing those changes down there and upgrading all that infrastructure will make it a lot more receptive to people locating their businesses. And we're starting to see more business activity downtown. We've had a few restaurants open down there, and other smaller shops and all. But we're looking for this to take off eventually. I know it's been a hard process for a lot of folks, they have to deal with all the construction work and everything. But somebody told me one time that progress can be painful at times.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, they got the good old Buck's restaurant, Buck's Cafe that used to be there. That you don't remember, do you?
No, I remember Piggly Wiggly across the street from the post office.
Nah.
So where we went for breakfast.
This was New Bridge and Warwick.
But Robin Bark.
Yeah.
Best hot dogs in town.
Yeah, they did. Had good hamburgers too.
Yeah,
I used to go over there and grab them. But the places there now, that whole facility has been totally remodeled. It's a beautiful brick structure, and I can't see the name on it because you enter, I guess, off of Warwick Street.
Right.
Every time I go by there, they've had a Christmas wreath up, so I couldn't see it.
Yeah, I remember going by there while they were doing the construction or doing the demolition, where they took down the one wall where you could actually look at the brick wall inside that had been inside, and it had an old mural on there. The Pepsi, I think it was a Dr. Pepper or Pepsi,
something like that.
Yeah, from way back. I'm talking about way back.
Yeah, well, it's going to look really good down there.
Yeah. I feel certain it is, and I know that we're going to be having conversations with the county too to address some more of the parking issues that we're dealing with downtown. With the court system going and the sheriff's department and the police department down there, they take up a lot of the parking, and that's always been a kind of a challenge for anyone that wants to open a business down there.
Sure.
is to have adequate parking for their customers. I think a lot of folks have gotten used to parking at the front door of the business, but I think we're on to something as far as trying to eliminate some of the parking problems. So we'll see how that goes. And like I said, we're going to have conversations with the county because we both kind of have a stake in it down there.
Sure. I used to hear complaints in Wilmington about places I wanted to park. I've always been parking right there all the time. I said, you ever go to the mall? Yeah. How close can you get to the mall, to your store?
Mhm.
You're right.
That's the bottom line.
And folks need exercise, you know. So
Yeah, that too.
you go to Raleigh, for instance,
Yeah.
downtown Raleigh, Fayetteville Street. If you Fayetteville Street, there's a lot of things on Fayetteville Street. A lot of nice restaurants. There's a lot of shops and stuff, but you don't pull the front door there either.
Nope.
You're going to probably park 2 or 3 blocks away,
Sure.
or in a parking structure that you're going to have to get your way around in.
Yeah.
So front door parking, it's probably going to go away. I know we have plans eventually to make Court Street 2-way all the way down.
Really?
So get
Wasn't
the
it-
traffic flow a little bit
Wasn't
better.
it once 2-way?
Well, there was one section, as long as I could, well, I'm sure it was at one time, but when I went on the police department, it was still one-way traffic on that one stretch of Court Street between Old Bridge Street and College.
Right.
So that was still one way,
Yeah,
which was very confusing.
Yeah,
Well, it just seemed like every couple years they changed the traffic pattern down there.
But with the Sturgeon City, they host a lot of events down
Yes.
there, and people trying to navigate downtown. It makes it very difficult for somebody who might be coming from out of town to figure out how to get there.
Right.
Of course, we've been trying to work on the signage down there too, to try to help with that. But making that flow 2-way, I think, will eventually lead to a little bit better traffic flow downtown.
Let's take a real quick break and do a little Fox News. We'll be back in about 60. Don't go by. You're live and local Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSNA.
WSME, Camp Lejeune, W246CJ, Jacksonville.
I'm Paul Stevens. President Biden launching a fresh wave of attacks against Hezbollah targets in Iraq.
Officials say they're in response to the terrorist group's attacks on a U.S. airbase earlier in the day. At least 3 U.S. service members were injured, with 1 critically wounded. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin says the U.S. will not hesitate to take action to protect American troops.
Fox's Matt Finn. The pressure continues on Israel for another ceasefire in its war against Hamas.
We did it then, we could do it in the future. But that ceasefire ended because Hamas refused to release more hostages. Had they released more hostages, names that they had agreed to release, the ceasefire would have been extended.
Israeli government advisor Mark Regev, Hamas remaining cool to a ceasefire proposal from Egypt. America's listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1.
WSME.
It's live and local. Real Talk.
All right, Mr. Mayor, Sammy Phillips is in the studio with us this morning. Mayor, we've done a lot. We've come a long ways. And what are we looking at for this coming year? What's in your stocking?
Well, we had our budget retreat last week, and I don't like using the word retreat because a lot of times it sounds like we went on vacation. Well, we went over to the transit center and we met.
Yes.
We met to discuss, what our goals for the new year would be, and try to hammer through all that. I think one of the priorities we have is we purchased that 400 acres over in Williamsburg, and we are working with a consulting firm still as far as laying out the design and how we want that to progress. And I think we're coming close to coming up with a plan there, a final design plan. So that's something we should see by February, maybe February, March time frame. So we'll know what direction we want to go in out there. We have a deficit of athletic fields, where it's very difficult to host tournaments for out of town people when you don't have anywhere for them to play, and even our local folks here, like kids baseball, football, and stuff like that, they're practicing in churchyard fields and stuff. So, hopefully, I think this is going to be a great amenity when it's all said and done, for all the citizens of Jacksonville, not just young people, but older folks too. I mean, there's going to be a pretty good opportunity for recreation there.
Okay. Well, recreation, that would be good. Entertainment? We're looking,
Entertainment. Well, in our pre-planning for the Williamsburg property, we were looking at an amphitheater, an outdoor amphitheater area. When you got 400 acres, you got a lot of land.
Of swamp
It's a lot of
land.
land. Well, half of it is wetlands, but we've got plans for that too. What we can do in the wetlands, such as nature trails,
Right.
bike trails, and that sort of thing. But even with the 200 plus acres, it is buildable outside the wetlands. There's a lot of things you can put there. I know that another amphitheater would be a good idea, along with the athletic fields. We're also looking at some type of multi-purpose, multi-use facility.
So great.
And we're hoping that we're looking at doing something that can house not only indoor sports, but also, if you have a fairly good size convention, say like a Marine Corps ball,
Right.
or you have a trade show or something, or a concert, we'll be able
be
to
so
accommodate
great.
something like that. And we're looking at a lot of cultural things too, into arts and all, to try to perk us up a little bit, as far as
That would be so cool.
our cultural value.
We need some culture.
Yeah.
Well, I'd love to
We
see
need
it.
some culture.
I personally would love to see us be able to accommodate concerts and that sort of
Yes,
thing.
yes.
Matter of fact, week before Christmas, the River of Life Church, the new River of Life Church over there, hosted the Marine Corps, Second Marine Corps Band's holiday concert.
Yes. Did you go?
I was blown away. That
Oh
was
my
that was just
gosh.
absolutely
Oh, I wanted to go.
magnificent. Well, a lot of people there,
Yes.
but I'm gonna tell you what, it was worth
Mm.
worth the free ticket to go.
Yes.
I'm telling you,
I would have paid for that.
it was
one, yes.
outstanding. The production and all went into that, and they'll be back next year, hopefully.
Good.
And,
Good.
I'd encourage everybody to go get your little culture.
Yeah.
I need some culture.
Well, some of us need a lot more than others. That would be me. Politically speaking, everything came out okay in the elections.
Yes, everything came out all right.
Good.
We ran unopposed, and we had two run unopposed and one ward that usually has a very small voter turnout, and it's I think there was some write-in votes that went to another person, but we
Well, you
captured most of the
You had a
the majority.
few write in against you, but I think a lot of people were doing that to be funny.
Well, some
know.
of it was funny, but some of it was, in my opinion, was a plot.
Oh,
The mean crowd.
Yes.
The dissidents.
I could
I
probably
know.
already know what you're saying.
I know what you're talking about.
But it was unsuccessful, and
Right.
we're back for a fifth term as mayor.
Wow. Well, I went in and I
Mm.
voted for you.
Well, I appreciate it. I knew I could depend on it.
I went in there and gave them my driver's license, and I think they were going to let me vote at first because it's an old picture. It's when my hair was like black, and they were like,
You change hair colors all the time.
No,
They
I
can't
don't.
hold that against women. Women change
That's
the
what I
hair
told
color.
them. I said, women change hair colors. And they just kept looking at my license and looking at. I said, look, there's only one person on my ballot. Can I go in and color it in? But it was all fun. It was good.
I know when I first ran for mayor back in 2007, I never imagined I'd still be here in 2023 doing
Wow.
this.
So 23, 7,
16 years. So
16
far.
years.
And, but the thing about it is I know there's sometimes when you really want to see term limits, but when things are progressing,
Oh.
as long as things are progressing and not digressing, it's
I agree.
it works okay. I'm not getting rich off being mayor, I can tell you
Oh,
that.
I imagine
and
not.
but I do enjoy serving the people of Jacksonville. It's my hometown just as well as yours, and
Yes.
I want to see it grow. I want to see it prosper, and I want to see some of our kids stay here because there's things for them to do. And
He's a
there's-
cardinal too.
yeah,
I know.
1970,
That's right. Was it 70? I thought it was 69.
70. Don't age me any more than I have to.
Wow. I thought you graduated with my brother.
I left town for a number of years down in Wilmington, back and forth on a regular basis. But I'll tell you what, when I did move back here, I said, "What do you mean Doris Street Extension? What do you mean Western Extension? What is this all about?"
Yeah, cow farm where Walmart's at. Cows.
There was a cattle farm there. Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. And I mean, wow. And Doris Extension and all the housing that went up in there and Western Boulevard. I said, where did all this come from?
That's amazing.
Because I didn't venture anywhere in Jacksonville except straight from Wilmington to here.
Yeah.
This
You go out in the
location.
rural areas now, it looks like the city.
Yeah. So,
Just so many housing areas.
Really, you're seeing houses
around.
go down on just about every piece of land out there right
Yes.
now.
I know.
It's just growing. And you see, like Gum Branch Road, for instance. Gum Branch Road is overloaded in the mornings and in the afternoons, especially when
Yeah.
you get past the 4-lane there, where Summerhill School
I wish
Road is.
somebody would tell DOT that, but they claim no, it's not met the criteria yet. But widening it, there's really no place you can go with it except people's front yards.
I've at certain times of the day and more often, I leave here, go down to Country Club Drive, go down to Country Club Road.
Mm-hmm.
I have counted as many as 26 cars had made it through the light at Piney Green and Country Club before I could get out on the road.
Yes. I've seen that coming in sometimes.
Where in the world?
Well, the one thing, one of the things that can account for that is, the base, used to, there was one way in, one way out, basically to get to Camp Lejeune. And they would back up at 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning and back up again at 4:30 in the afternoon. But you don't see that much anymore because there's all these different ways in, including Piney Green.
Yeah, that's right.
So you see that. One of the things I noticed is Country Club Road in the morning is just, wow.
Well, it is.
It's in the late afternoon.
And
It's hard to
early in the
navigate.
morning
Yeah.
coming in here, there's been many of the morning. Bill Ford Row was like the Daytona 500. I'm just like, buckle in. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
People don't understand just how busy this whole place is.
Yeah, it is very busy. Very busy.
And what can we do to get friendlier with the base side? I know there's been a lot that's been accomplished, but there's still some adversity there, some division.
Well, I don't see that like I used to. Matter of fact, we've developed some very good relationships with the command officers out on the base.
I know at the
command
city
structure.
level and the county level that
Right.
is the case, but down
Yeah.
at the civilian level, I just don't see it.
Right. We have over several years ago, we formed this cooperative planning group, and we do work together on a lot of things. We have mutual aid agreements with emergency services,
Right.
fire services. We do a lot of things jointly with the base. Matter of fact, we run all the traffic lights on the base now.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. So, of course, we run them all in town too. So
Yeah.
it used to be DOT and let a traffic light go out and see how long it takes for it to get fixed. But now it's we have the staff on hand that can take care of those things. But yeah, we do a lot of things with the Marine Corps now, and hey, look, they pump a lot of money into this.
Oh,
local
yes, they
economy,
do.
And we like to be a gracious host to our military folks here.
And I think you do a fine job. I think we all do a fine job honoring our veterans around here. So many activities
Well, you think
for the
about-
veterans to honor them.
You think about how many come here, serve here in
Yes.
the military, and stay here. That's
Yes.
got to say something for your community right
Well,
there.
my newest neighbor on this block, right across the street, as soon as I met him, I said, what brought you here? You've got California tags on. He says, well, I went back to my home in California after I got out of the Marine Corps in Jacksonville. And he said, we stayed a year there and that was enough.
Mm.
Now we moved back.
Yeah,
Nice.
I see there's quite a migration out of California here anymore. I know that there was some controversy in Idaho where people were
Yeah.
going into trying to move into Idaho, and Idaho was trying to send them back to California because they didn't want them there.
Can you blame them?
Well, there's some really good people in California.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't think there are that many good politicians in California, but the political leaders.
He knows.
Oh,
I can't speak too bad about California because my wife was born there. So,
but she's
See,
here now.
you got one of the golden gems from California.
Well, I have a question for you. do you have any control? And I don't know that you do, but maybe you can talk to the people that do. When we're talking about bringing more businesses to Jacksonville, there are two things I think we need. One, we do not need any more fast food. Let me just say that. But anyway, we need a Trader Joe's.
Yeah.
So I did not have to drive to Wilmington, and I'm serious. There are so many people. I talk to people
want
every day.
Sheets.
Well, we do need a Sheets, but I'm working on that myself. And we need a McAllister's Deli.
Oh yes, I love
Oh,
McAllister.
man.
Yeah, me too.
I have to go to Wilmington.
I have to go to Wilmington for
Yes.
McAllister.
Oh
And I'm
my
telling
gosh.
if any businessman wants to invest in something, I'm here to tell you, I will single-handedly keep your business in afloat with my McAllister. But we do need a Trader Joe's. It's a definite healthy option for groceries. And I hate having to drive to Wilmington. I have to do it once a month to go there because I just don't want to go anymore.
All right, you
'cause I
like
hate the
going to
drive.
Hampstead.
Same. So, but we could definitely and a Trader Joe's here would do very well. Very well. I think it would be very lucrative for somebody. So if you can tell whoever plans or city planners or business bringers in, we need those two things for sure.
Well, we work real closely with
Joey,
Joey,
Yes.
and they do a good job so far. We've seen a lot of business come in,
Yeah.
but we still got room for growth.
We do.
Western Boulevard out there, it offers a whole lot of opportunity for business to come there. You're seeing them come slowly but surely, but they're adding on. There's a lot of those places I'd love to see, and we certainly try to entice.
Please entice away because I know they would do well here with all the military, just the population. Both the Trader Joe's and a McAllister's Deli would absolutely do well here.
The ones I hear the most in demand are Top Golf.
Yes.
I want a Top Golf.
And Dave and Buster's.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't care about Dave and Buster's, but Top
Well, there
Golf would do
was-
well. I got a Top Golf gift card for Christmas, matter of
Did you?
fact.
There
Yeah.
was word that at one time that Dave and Buster's was going in the old Kmart shopping center across on Henderson.
Well,
What happened to that?
I guess that fell through. I mean,
That's a
business is going to locate where business thinks they're going to
Right,
thrive.
right.
It's
Oh,
just,
we could Top Golf. Kelly and I are
yeah,
in. We'll
I'm all about
invest.
Top Golf. Yeah.
We'll
And all the
invest.
military, that's why it would do well with all just the
Oh,
military
most
alone.
definitely.
Yeah. Rayford, I'm going to take you to Top Golf one day so you can see what it is.
Yes.
Have I got to hit something and
No,
chase
you're going to have a room for
You
the
don't
night.
chase,
though.
you just stand there.
You have to
You
have
don't
a room.
chase anything. Once you hit the ball, it's gone.
Yeah.
You don't have to go get it.
Oh.
Then you just
Oh,
wave
you're
your
up
little
on a
club.
level.
You're on a level, yeah.
Then you hit another one.
Then you hit
Sammy
another
would
one.
like that. He's a golfer. He
Top
would
Golf
probably
is
be
amazing.
us all.
The food's not bad either, believe it or not. You would think it would not be that great, but it's actually yummy. Yeah.
Speaking of transportation, et cetera, any more word on extending the bypass?
It's
the
in the
bypass?
state's traffic plan to do that. I'm not right off the top of my head. Those things change. They're
Right.
kind of a dynamic thing. I don't know how far out it is as far as getting that completed. Hopefully soon, because it takes some
Yeah.
pressure off that Western 17
Sure.
intersection.
Yes.
Yeah.
I generally try to go the back roads on everything. Just
No,
come out close to the store.
I think things get pushed off sometimes. That's one that's still in the hopper, but when it'll come to fruition, who knows? And out there at 53, where the bypass goes across, turns
Right.
into 58. That's another intersection.
Yeah, if
there.
that's not been the
I
most
understand they're going to lose,
confusing.
like the Piggly Wiggly's going to be gone from there.
Oh,
Some
man.
other,
Yeah, I
other
mean,
things.
the state's going to buy up a lot of that to Walgreens and some of those. That's going to be an interchange.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, that's been the most confusing mess ever is when they go to 24 in Western and put a sign up for Highway 53 going all the way down Western. I mean, and
It
it
does mess
ends there.
people up, yeah.
Everybody's
there's
like,
like
why does
nothing
it say
there.
Highway 53? And I go, well, let me try to explain. But that's crazy.
Once upon a time,
Yes.
there was a plan to
There was a plan.
extend
That's
Western
right.
all the way through. But when they run into the wetlands and the river
Right.
right at that point where it's a little bit wider, bridging that was just an astronomical figure to do.
Can we just take the 53 signs
Yeah.
down?
Well,
Go kick them
No,
down, Lee.
they're designated as
Go
Highway
They're
53.
I know, but
Yeah.
it's so crazy.
I think the last plan that I'm familiar with is they were going to move that to a less financially impacted area where it could cross.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
So,
53 will have an interchange off the bypass.
Yeah.
That was cool though. I was like, wow.
53 will run you right into the river eventually.
There you go.
Not careful, yeah.
Let's take a quick break and do some weather. You're live on Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro reminds you to check your mailbox and find your quote on homeowners insurance. Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro goes the extra mile to make sure you're in good hands, like helping you customize your home and windstorm coverage with their Write Your Own home policy. Yes, save even more when you bundle your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, and even your golf cart. Remember, if it rolls or floats, call Tammy for a quote. You and everything you own are in good hands with Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro. Call today, 910-326-5383. Tammy Fry Allstate, 638 West Corbett Avenue in the friendly city by the sea, Swansboro. Check your mailbox today for savings on your homeowner's insurance.
If you have a project that requires ready-mix concrete, whether a driveway, patio, livestock housing, outdoor kitchen, or something special for the holidays, Mixed Masters Concrete of Beulaville can handle the job. Large or small, Mixed Masters Concrete offers residential, commercial, and agricultural contract work with professional service and fast delivery. Owner Scott Thigpen provides free estimates, and Mixed Masters Concrete will deliver on Saturdays. In addition to expert concrete service, KPT Masonry does complete concrete finishing. So, for ready-mix concrete and professional concrete finishing, phone 910-298-6153. Mixed Masters Concrete and KPT Masonry of Beulaville. Proud to be part of the continuing growth of Eastern North Carolina, and thanks all our military families and all that serve.
If your plans include hitting the road this year to do some traveling, make sure a visit to Silent Service Center is on your to-do list. Travel safety starts with the tires on your vehicle, and a visit to Silent Service Center will give you peace of mind with the best value in all name brand tires and the largest selection of used tires in this area. In addition to quality tires, Silent Service Center is a North Carolina inspection station and does complete brake service, oil changes, and alignment service. Silent Service Center, 1707 Lejeune Boulevard, Jacksonville, and 108 West Main Street, Havelock. Phone 910-353-4760.
Hi guys, it's Lisa, the Queen of Diamonds from Bryn Mawr Jewelers in Jacksonville. Are you looking for a ring for the perfect girl? We have hundreds of rings in our beautiful showroom. Want a ring as unique as your girl? Then we'll custom design a ring especially for you. Not sure if you want lab-grown diamonds or an earth mine diamond? No problem. We'll take the time to explain the difference. We guarantee to find a diamond as exceptional as your girl. We hand select every diamond that comes into our store, and it has to be a sparkling fireball to make it in our showcase. Our long-standing relationships in the industry guarantees you to get the most competitive price on the highest quality diamond. We offer custom financing so that it's easy to buy the ring of her dreams. We have rings for every budget and a vast selection of loose diamonds. So I invite you to come visit us today at Bryn Mawr Jewelers in Jacksonville. The Lutz family has been a part of thousands of I Do's for over 72 years. Nobody does I Do like we do. Come see why we're Jacksonville's oldest family jeweler.
Bryn Mawr Jewelers, next to Sam's Club, Jacksonville.
When you need comforting, who do you call? An old friend, right? Jacksonville Heating Contractors services the heating and cooling needs of our area with dependable quality train systems, guaranteeing indoor comfort for your home or business. In addition to quality train systems, Jacksonville Heating Contractors offers 24-hour emergency service, NATE certified technicians, and over 50 years of experience and service you can trust. And with a Jacksonville Heating Contractor service agreement, you never pay retail for heating or cooling services and receive priority scheduling. Remember, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And in New Bern, you can call Trent Heating and Air Conditioning 252-633-2200. In Morehead City, Sea Air Heating and Cooling 252-247-1122. If you need service or repairs, just call an old friend. Jacksonville Heating Contractors, an independent train dealer. It's hard to stop a train. For deals on train systems and more, visit anoldfriend.com or call 910-347-2043.
It's live and local real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
And we're sitting here comparing today to some old times, way back when, and we're telling lies. Another New Year's right around the corner, just less than a week away now, and 2024 is going to be in here. The fine folks down at Tideline Marine are getting ready for a big new year. The days are already getting longer, just a few seconds per day right now. The distributors are getting ready to offer dealers like Tideline some early season specials that Tideline will pass along to its loyal customers. Tideline's closed right now until the 3rd. That's next Wednesday, making sure that everything is in place for 2024. Mark that date on your calendar, January 3rd. At Tideline Marine. Deals on Aloha Tri-Tune boats. That's something that the mayor needs. He'd look cool on that thing. He could hold a whole city council meeting on that one. This new one just arrived during the Christmas holiday, and you might want to be among the first to check it out. Nobody's had a chance to look it over yet. Tideline Marine, 159 Old Bridge Street on the banks of the New River in downtown Jacksonville. Got a small craft advisories in effect through Thursday morning. Wow. There we go again. Southeasterly winds today offshore 10 to 15 knots, increasing to 15 to 20, with gusts to 25 this afternoon. 4 to 6 foot seas, dominant period 6 seconds. Sounds and rivers only a moderate chop, but will become choppy this afternoon. Tomorrow, southerly winds 15 to 20, with gusts to 25 knots, becoming southwesterly 10 to 15 in the afternoon. 5 to 7 footers, big uns. 4 to 5 near shore, dominant period 7 seconds. Sounds and rivers choppy. Thursday, westerly winds 10 to 15 knots, seas 3 to 5. Sounds and rivers a moderate chop.
Today, showers likely, mainly after 5 p.m. Otherwise cloudy, a high of 70, little breezy, and gusts as high as 17 miles an hour. Tonight, it's going to rain, low of 59. Tomorrow, rain mainly before 1 p.m. Otherwise cloudy, high of 69. Tomorrow night, mostly cloudy, low of 48. And on Thursday, partly sunny, high of 61.
Cool.
I know.
You know, and speaking of the city and everything else, in particular when you worked and I worked and we had fun downtown with what, 20-man department?
Won't many. That's compared to what we have
I think
now.
what, 3 patrol cars and 1 detective car, and the chief had a car.
They ran 24/7.
Yep, they did. So it was a time, and you know, I got called out a whole bunch of times because I did the crime scene stuff, the photography, and for the sheriff's office most of the time. But Lord have mercy, we don't have that today. We got a lot more people, a lot more police officers.
Yeah.
Things have certainly improved.
Well, of course, like we were talking about earlier, the city's grown so much now. I mean, you know, there's a whole. We probably got back then. The city was about a third, maybe, or a fourth of what size it is now.
I think it was about 20,000 people total in the city limits.
So now you have 70,000 that you're dealing with. So it makes a big difference. And we've added, you know, incrementally have added officers. To be able to handle all the different tasks, and it's gotten a little. Police work is not the same as it used to be. I mean, there's a lot more. There's a lot more required of officers than, you know, say 40 or 50 years ago that they have to know and be able to do. Their training is even expanded, and they're even looking at expanding it over 800 hours now.
Oh wow!
So,
what was the first course you took? 100.
120.
120.
I think it was 120. It might have been 160, I think.
Well, first one I took was 60 hours. Then it went to 160.
Well, now they, you know, of course, back then they put me on the street for a month before I ever went to BLET. So
yes,
they don't do that anymore.
No, they do that. I'll never forget it. Chief Cook has said, took the oath of office, and he said, here's your badge, now go enforce the law.
Yeah. That's pretty much the way you did it with me too.
Okay, got a book anywhere?
Yeah.
I need to read something here.
Yeah, I had the privilege of working for Chief Cook for 2.5 years, and he was very special.
He's an interesting guy.
He was an interesting man. I'll tell you a lot of stories.
Now, Halbert came after Cook, right?
Right.
Was it Halbert? And he was there for quite a while.
20 years.
Yeah, I didn't know him very well. I met him during a stint that I was working for WITN, but
he's a good chief. He did a great job there. He brought a little different look to how the police department was, and made a lot of changes. And but he was.
They got a caller.
We do. Hello, Robin. How are you?
Good morning, guys. Hey, I just wanted to say Merry Christmas to you, Sammy. I'm glad you got reelected. I'm looking forward to working with you this upcoming year, and I wish prosperity and growth to the city, and just continue doing the great job that you're doing, brother.
Thank you, Robin. You're a good friend, and good luck on your reelection bid. I saw you had filed and for reelection.
Yes, I did.
And
Thank you.
You've done a great job on the commission. Wonderful job.
All right. Commissioner, thank you.
guys.
Merry,
Thanks, Robin.
Happy New Year. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting year politically in the county, I think.
Oh,
City's one and done, so you're good to go there.
aren't you glad?
School board and the county commission is going to be
Yes.
a political nightmare.
It's going to be a hot mess.
Going to be a
So,
hot mess. Let's bring up Jack Emiette. I know we talked about it the last time you were on here, but yeah, the city's done very well with that, rebuilding it and
It's
doing what they've done.
we were able to get some I guess additional funding to help along with that. We got some money because of the military base being here and all, and we got some grants to redo that. The gym that was there before was not a regulation size
Right.
basketball
no.
court, but now it is, and it's a very nice facility. If you ever get a chance to go over and take a tour of it, please
Yes,
do,
it's
by all means, because
beautiful.
it's
I finally
very
did.
nice.
Oh my gosh, it's so
The baseball field.
Yes.
You were there at the baseball
Yes.
game, and
right.
you saw how. Of course, now the ground crew had worked on that. The parks crew had worked on that for about a week or so before the
That was
game.
nice.
But it is notwithstanding that, it's a really nice facility. It's a lot better ball field than I played on. I can tell you that when I was playing senior Tar
Do you
Heel
think
League
they'll
baseball.
put any bleachers up eventually?
Oh yeah, we've actually purchased bleachers
Cool.
that are mobile. Where you can
Right.
actually just hook a truck to them and haul them off. So
Nice.
we anticipate having some good crowds at the games when
Oh,
they start up
yes.
this in
I think so.
2024.
We'll be
I
there.
really think so.
Yeah, we'll definitely be
we
there.
had approximately 1,200 people show up for that exhibition.
It
game.
was. It was
So
good
that,
too.
that just goes to show there is a desire to have that.
And I will compliment the city on their people out there working. I mean, everything was so smooth. They had their sanitation department out there, all their other departments out there, and it was so well organized and run. It was a great time.
The only bad part of it was my pitching arm isn't as good as it used to be. And throwing that first ball out,
That
You
was a
did
tough
good.
that was
one.
a challenge.
You did good. Yes.
Did it go where you wanted it to go?
Almost.
Okay.
pretty
Close,
much,
close
yeah.
enough.
Did good.
I think the catcher had to dig it out of the dirt.
But it's all right.
I look forward to the games coming up. It's
Yeah,
going
I
to be
am
so
too.
much fun.
So,
It's so great to see how much the city has grown.
Yeah. I remember Jack Amiette I
We used
took
to go
swimming from
all
him.
the time. Right.
before there was a Jack Amiette Center.
Right.
It was Parks and Rec. And we had to go all the way to Cedar Point. It was a little beach thing. You probably have been there
Oh,
too.
I've been there many times as a kid. Yeah.
Yep. And we'd go there because the water was fairly well protected, little island out there from the intercoastal. But I'm like, wow, it's a wonder that somebody didn't drown.
I know. Yeah.
But everything
up.
was doing well.
My parents would take us there a lot of times after church on Sundays.
Mhm.
And,
Yeah. You could go get your little hot dog or hamburger. I can't remember which snack there anyway, the snack bar.
Yeah, we used to walk up there as kids and go out there to the recreation center. Spent a lot of time there.
Well, there'll be I guess the YMCA will be building a pool. I understand they'll probably break ground sometime around May.
Yeah, that's what we hear.
That'll be an amenity for the community.
It will be great.
I think it's going to be a real asset for the
And
community.
we've got the museum and the marine going to break ground too.
Yeah.
2024. So
It's going to be a big year.
yes.
Very big year. Anything you anything that you see in the future here that's maybe long range?
Long range. Well, again, going back to that Williamsburg thing, I think
Yeah,
once we get that going, and it'll be a public-private partnership too, by the way. So it won't be the city just picking up the total bill for
Good.
everything that goes
That's
out there.
great.
But I think this will be one of the biggest biggest boost that we've had in many years. Once that is reaches fruition, it may be over time that this is built up. It's not going to plop down on the ground all at one time. It's going to take years to get it completed.
It's my own madness. By the time I get it done, I'm gonna be too old to go.
Now, my granddaughter has a special request I'm supposed to give you.
Okay, what Miss Allie wants?
She would like you to make arrangements to get this guy named Luke Bryan to come and give him the key of the city.
Luke Bryan.
Country.
Son.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody
I don't
knows
know him
Luke.
from Adam.
Yes. Well,
But-
he's well
If
worth
you
buying a
heard
ticket
his,
for.
you would know his.
I would.
You would know. Yes.
I'd go see him.
I don't know.
We get it when we get a venue big enough to have him. We'll try to get him.
Yeah, he
That would
puts on a
bring
good show.
Probably 50,000 people to that.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, that'd bring a lot.
Yes.
I don't know if we can accommodate.
You won't be able to do that one. You can have it outside.
Well, we can walk
On the
over there.
field, just have like have it be like
The fireworks display. on
like
base.
Woodstock. Just
Yeah.
get a field and put them out. Minus the nonsense, right?
Yes, that reminds me of Poliato when they used to have those. Yeah, out there in Maysville.
Yeah, they could probably do it out there on the base in that big open field by get.
Yeah, but getting on base.
Yeah, but you couldn't get on the base. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have a problem getting there. They have to let me on if I'm paying. I'm sure.
It's
One way or the
such a
other.
process you have to go
It's
through.
like a
now.
nightmare. It's not worth the effort. Yeah.
I know you see a lot of the land being cleared over there behind River of Life Church and
Yeah.
Moore's
Yes,
Barbecue.
yes.
That's
What's going on there?
That's going to be houses.
I feared.
Yeah, there'll be
Okay.
houses. There'll also be some commercial on the frontages, I'm sure. But
Right.
right now it's
Well,
large housing.
Which comes to mind here. Are we prepared for more housing, infrastructure wise?
Infrastructure wise, yes, we can. We have the infrastructure to
Okay.
handle it.
Water, sewer. Going to have to hire more people.
Probably.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, the more people, you have to cover areas that weren't covered before. And
Hopefully,
Sure.
they'll be paying taxes.
Yes.
oh yeah,
Now, the
Oh.
New River housing area.
Yeah, we were going to ask you about that earlier.
Okay.
Mhm.
yeah,
Where
everything's.
do we stand? I see some demolition. I see some rehabbing. It looks like.
Yeah, they've done a few units over there, and it's a slow process. I don't want to say too much about it because there's a little back and forth trying to get that going. So.
Mhm. I bumped into one lady not long ago. She was bragging about being a squatter in there. No lights, no electricity, nothing, but she has a way to cook her own meals
Well, I wouldn't be surprised.
and some bedding and whatever.
Yeah,
And
I've
a
heard
bicycle.
stories, yes.
I wouldn't be surprised, but yeah, it's a challenge for the community over there. Right? Housing in general
Sure
is a challenge.
Here's another one. What about the old Holiday Inn right there at Marine and Onslow Drive? Are they ever going to do anything with that building?
Right now, I don't even know who owns it. To be honest with you,
It's an
it's been in and out of different hands
Right.
since it closed up. And
Mhm.
right now, I don't know what the plans are for that. The longer something goes unoccupied, the
Worse, I guess,
worse it
right.
gets and becomes a demolition situation.
Yes, yes. I was just curious because it's just sat there empty for the longest time. We have a lot of business buildings in the city there that there's like that one right there at Henderson and Gum Branch behind Walgreens, that big building there.
That has been purchased. That's
Really?
that is going to be a health club gym.
Really?
Yes.
Mm.
Hey, Jennifer.
That's the plan.
How are you, Jennifer?
Okay.
Well, good morning. Happy day after Christmas to
Yeah,
y'all.
absolutely.
I hope everybody had a good Christmas. I just wanted to listen to you this morning, and I wanted to call and weigh in on a couple of things. They were Kelly or Lee one mentioned Dave and Buster's. Talking about Top Golf and Dave and Buster's. And I was in Newbern having a procedure done probably about 7 years ago. And the nurse was talking about how they all come to Jacksonville to eat because Jacksonville to them had more selection of restaurants and stuff. And we were talking, and her husband he was either in the military or had been in the military. But anyways, he was taking business courses at the college. And they had to pick a company and submit a letter, like a proposal to the company to get them to come to Jacksonville. And he did Dave & Buster's. And at that time, Dave & Buster's told him that the population was not big enough because they did not include Camp Lejeune
Wow.
in their thing. So that might be one reason why some of the places, like you're saying, the Top Golf and stuff like that, unless they have changed. But at that time, they didn't. And as far as I just heard you mention something about the trauma center, y'all know how long it took Terry and I to get on there when Mom was there. And I just saw a lady on Facebook last week. Her husband had been in a wreck, and she had put a comment that said, "Oh, thank you, Jesus. I did not have a hard time getting onto the base this time." Apparently it had taken her a little bit, the first time. But so maybe they're working on that. Yeah. And as far as Gum Branch Road, it backs up from all the way past Deerfield almost every evening. Mm-hmm. People going up towards Richlands. I mean, I see it because we live right off the Gum Branch. And unless it's a dire emergency, I don't leave during those hours. But somebody has to stop and let you out on Gum Branch Road because it is pitiful from Ramsey all the way back. It starts backing up because it bottlenecks when it goes from 4 lanes to 2 lanes. So that was just what I wanted to weigh in on this.
All right.
Okay.
Jennifer, thank you.
Hadn't called in a while, and I just wanted to call and do a trio there.
There you go. You got your list
Y'all have
going.
a great day.
Thank you, cuz.
You too, Jennifer.
Talk to you later. Let's take a break here. Live and local, Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
I had a question about my insurance the other day, so I called my new State Farm agent. And would you believe I talked to the same person who remembered my name? They said that was called service. And then they asked if my dog Max was over his cold. They called that service too. And then they helped me find ways to save on my home and auto coverage. I asked State Farm what they called that. They said service.
Call David Hall, State Farm, 910-455-0440, 1218 Country Club Road, Jacksonville.
Hurricane season is here, and if you're not prepared, now's the time to visit Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Morehead Plaza in Morehead City. Whether for the contractor or do-it-yourselfer, Williams Hardware has the tools and accessories to help protect against high winds and water. Williams Hardware carries power tools and equipment, chains and fasteners, plumbing and electrical supplies. Williams Hardware, your helpful handy hardware store, also cuts glass to size and cuts and threads pipe. When the chores are done and the cleanup is finished, light up that Wilmington Grill for Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Morehead Plaza in Morehead City. Williams Hardware is open Monday through Saturday from 7:30 till 6 p.m. and Sundays for your convenience, noon till 5. Phone Williams Hardware, 252-726-7158, and be prepared this hurricane season.
Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Doctors Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The plans Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurance. Military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry. Mohawk All Pet Protection and Warranty is the only carpet protection and warranty for all pets, all accidents, all the time. Because your pets are family members too. No matter how you live, we've got you covered. Soft, luxurious, smart strand, forever clean carpet. Gorgeous, durable, solid tech luxury vinyl tile. Mohawk has the ultimate floor for every room in your home. It's suitable for all pets. For details, contact Watkins Floor Covering online at watkinsnewfloor.com. Watkins Floor Covering, thanking you for voting them the best of the best for 2022 in the flooring, covering, and carpet cleaning category. Watkins Floor Covering. They're more than just floors. It's custom showers, custom tubs, carpet cleaning, backsplashes, bathrooms, commercial, retail, and home flooring too. Watkins Floor Covering. Family owned and operated since 1997 with locations in Jacksonville and Surf City. Watkins Floor Covering. You stand on it, we stand behind it. Great Gas and Oil Company, and of course, Wismart and Chappie's Chicken, located at 4111 Gum Branch Road, right here in Jacksonville, and 633 Sandridge Road, Hubert, has all you need when it comes to convenience for gas, cold beverages, and a great selection for quick pickup essentials. Enjoy fresh, not frozen, delicious meals at Chappie's Chicken, located inside Wismart, 4111 Gum Branch Road, and 633 Sandridge Road, Hubert. So if you're in a hurry, get it all. Gas, ice cold beverages, convenience store items, and delicious, fresh, not frozen, Chappie's Chicken at Wismart, 4111 Gum Branch Road, Jacksonville, and 633 Sandridge Road, Hubert.
It's live and local. Real Talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Okay, we're back here live on Local Real Talk and talking about, again, some of the old times at the police department. With Mayor Sammy Phillips. So, those of you who don't know, 30 years you spent there? A little over 30 years. Okay. So he retired from there. Now he's the mayor. Some of the funny things that would occur down at the police department over the years. When Pen Machine first got out there, everybody was trying it out. So they had a wanted poster in there for a lady named Hurst, Patricia Hurst.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we just ran a name in the middle of the night.
Oh, no.
Here comes Bill Pearson, FBI agent.
FBI agent.
Yep. He came down there and he says, "What have you got? What's going on?" Nothing.
You're bad.
And so anyway, he said, "I'll make a phone call. I'll get it straightened out." But they monitor all of this stuff. And I said, "I guess they do."
The old Pen Machine was most people's first interaction with a computer.
Absolutely. That was my first interaction with a computer. And there's, oh boy, what a time. Used to be, I had to run a registration check. You know what I had to do? It was only one day a year that the DMV here, local DMV, would, all tags expired on February 15th.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
The line was forever. Sometime after February 15th, we'd get a book with a stack of all the registration numbers issued in Onslow County. And we'd get addendums from time to time. So if somebody calls in for a registration check, you got to look it up.
Oh, my gosh.
Now, if it was from out of this area, you had to switch over to another radio channel and call New Bern Highway Patrol, and they would look it up. They had them all from across the state. Then they'd radio it back. Then you would radio, and then you could call your car and tell them what. My Lord of mercy.
Well, then he was off duty, probably.
Yeah. Yeah, because they were handling that traffic for a bunch of the municipalities and the counties.
Right.
So
Yeah, those 1028, 1029s were really easy with Penn, DCI.
yes.
terminal. Yeah, Penn terminal.
That was like, holy mackerel, this is going to be cool. And it's always up to date.
Yeah.
So that was a good thing. Sammy, thank you for coming in this morning.
No, it's been
Keeping us up
great.
to date, bringing
Thank
us
you
up
for
to
the
speed.
invite.
And you're welcome back anytime. If there's anything going on, feel free to scream out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to keep y'all updated on what we're doing as far as progress in the city.
That would
Yes, yeah. City is just, we've gone so many places over the years.
Yes, we have. And
It's always up, and good.
and I'm enjoying the growth and the modernization of Jacksonville.
Yes.
So it's good. Good for you. Thank you. Thanks for what you're doing.
Yeah. Thank you for being such a good mayor.
Thank you. Thank you for thank you for your support. You've
Yeah,
always been
you
there.
got it. All right, Mr. Mayor, we'll talk to you soon. You're live and local, Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
For 40 years now, people throughout Jacksonville and Onslow County have trusted Barnes Diamond Gallery for all their jewelry needs for every special occasion. They understand that every day is a special event for someone, whether celebrating a wedding, anniversary, birthday, engagement, or graduation. Let Barnes Diamond Gallery custom design something for you. Barnes Diamond Gallery does on-site repair in addition to their quality and selection of diamonds, diamond fashion bands, pendants, watches, earrings, gemstone rings, and necklaces for anyone for any occasion. Major credit cards accepted. Layaway available. Barnes Diamond Gallery offers appraisals and paid top market prices for gold and silver. Barnes Diamond Gallery, 461 Western Boulevard, Suite 120, Jacksonville, open 9:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday.
This is Mayor John Davis reporting from Swansboro. I actually sit here in Dairy Queen, and we would love for you to come visit us over the holidays. We'd like to take this Thanksgiving season to say thank you to our troops and to our veterans, especially to those who are deployed. I also want to say thank you to our teachers and our principals for the hard work that you have done this year. And also thank you to the Swansboro town staff for all your efforts.
The best deal for the grill is at Jones LP Gas and Oil Company each Friday. Every Friday from 8 a.m. till closing at 5, Jones LP Gas and Oil Company will fill your 20-pound LP gas grill cylinder for only $11. You heard that right. Each Friday till closing, you can have your 20-pound LP gas cylinder filled for only $11 at Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 Wilmington Highway in heart of Verona. In addition to saving money on your LP gas for the grill, Jones Gas and Oil is your full-service gas and oil company serving residential, commercial, and agricultural gas and oil needs, as well as gas appliances, LP replacement parts, fill cylinders, and tankless water heaters, and they offer a 10% military discount on installation. Remember to get that cylinder filled every Friday until closing for only $11. Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 the Old Wilmington Highway, Verona. Phone 910-346-6384.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
Looking for a job? Full-time? Part-time? Il Cigno Italiano Restaurant wants you. We're currently hiring for hostesses, servers, bartenders, and dishwashers. Il Cigno Italiano is a family-owned, fast-paced restaurant that offers the best in fine dining on the Crystal Coast. If you're hardworking, reliable, professional, and have a desire to always strive for better, we want to talk to you. Make great money and be a part of an outstanding, dedicated team. Il Cigno Italiano on West Corbett Avenue in Swansboro.
It's live and local. Real Talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
I guess we better start talking here. We've got just a few more minutes left. He caught up with us. Mr. Mayor, thank you.
I have an announcement, something I want to just put out there. Remember last week we were talking about the Swansboro woman that had gotten hit by a car?
Yeah.
She has passed away.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Heidi Alvis, 45 of Swansboro, was running near the intersection of Corbett Avenue and Old Hammock Road in Swansboro around 11:18 a.m. on December 19th when she was hit by a vehicle. She was transported from the scene by Onslow County EMS and later flown to a regional trauma center in Greenville with life-threatening injuries.
Oh.
And she succumbed to her injuries Christmas Eve.
Oh, man,
Yes.
I hate that. That's so sad.
Yeah,
Sad,
and so
sad,
they're
sad.
still looking for any witnesses to the accident. The gentleman that was driving the vehicle that hit her, no charges have been filed, but the investigation is still ongoing. So,
Yeah. Okay.
And I posted a story on our Facebook page.
It's sad. Very sad.
Very.
We found him.
Yep. Where was he hiding?
He was on the deck, but there's squirrels in the backyard. I think he was just
Oh.
patrolling.
He's lays down
It
there
was
and
a
watches
squirrel
them.
thing.
Okay,
Yeah.
we got Tim on the line now.
Hey,
Tim, how
Tim.
are you?
Oh man, I'm feeling a whole lot better.
You sound better.
Today,
Goodness.
I'm looking up that dog foot this morning.
Oh, my.
Everything's better.
Good.
If I can get this crud out of my sinuses, finish getting it out, I'll be perfect.
Good.
Well, you sound a whole lot better.
Yeah, I was worried about you. And
I feel a whole lot better.
I started to call you
I even
over
gave it
Christmas, but I said, he's
You should have.
maybe he's going to be sleeping. I hope,
Yeah.
because he needs to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I gave it to St. Diane. And I
Uh-oh.
carried her to the urgent care first Thursday, and had an interesting conversation with my doctor because I couldn't carry to hers, can't see her, and this, that, and the other. But we went and I asked the doctor, and they checked. Said, "Yeah, you got the flu. You got what he had." And I looked at him. I said, "Well, my question is, can she give it back to him?" And he looked at me and smiled. He says, "No, you don't have to worry about that." But he gave her more medication than what he gave me. And I said, "What in the world? I don't rate." He said, "You didn't need it." I said, "Oh, okay." So, I mean, I love my doctor. He's cool. But anyway, every year, I want to say this, every Christmas, when I get up on Christmas morning, something is wrong somewhere.
Uh-oh.
Either with the animals or at the high. Last year, I had a water line leak at my house. I had to fix that. But this morning, I just want to say I got up and went out and checked on the horses and the donkeys. And that old Mustang horse I've had for God knows how many years. He's about 36, 37 years old. And I got to noticing that he was laying down a whole lot more. And I know he had congestive heart failure. And Christmas morning, he decided he couldn't get up no more.
Uh-oh.
So I pampered him all day, and he would set up kind of like a dog sets up, but he couldn't get up. And so I went to he went down there toward the back end of the pasture where the houses are, which that was a bad thing to do. But the neighbors back there have always gave him carrots and apples, and he loves women and children, hates me. But he had gone back there. God knows, man, I'm in a mess. I told all the neighbors what I was going to have to do, and they agreed. And off and on all that day, it really got to me. The neighbors, one by one, they went out there, rubbed him, petted him, gave him treats. He was alert. And then yesterday evening, I wound up putting him down. And a couple of neighbors came back and helped me. I put a tarp over him. And so I got a guy coming to bury him this morning. But it amazed me just how them neighbors felt over that old horse.
Oh, yeah.
But I was worried because I technically broke the law because I was within 500 feet of a house.
Of yours?
So I made
Of the neighbors.
No, it wasn't mine.
Oh.
It was the neighbors, which they all agreed. They were fine with it. But I called the sheriff and let him know what I did. And he said, well, if Stephanie comes out there, just tell him what you done, everything be fine. He said, but all the neighbors were fine with it. I said, oh, yeah. But it worried me because of what I was doing, but it's legal. I did have one person ask me. I said, well, it's legal to do what I'm doing in the state of North Carolina. It's humane. And but I just want to say, Old Tank, and he was the first horse in Onslow County Animal Control had ever confiscated because I had to cut him out of the stall with a chainsaw and take a come along and whip him into the trailer.
Wow.
And that was years ago. And BLM said he was 2 years old, and me and the veterinarian said, no, he's 8 or 10 back then. So that's how we guessed he was about 36, 37 years old. And I just knew 2 years ago he wouldn't make it. But a Mustang horse is one of the toughest horses you'll ever find on this earth. And he made it. I couldn't believe how good he'd do. And I knew he had congestive heart failure. But now he held on a whole lot longer than what I thought he would. But yesterday he went
to another world. And it kind of put a lump in my throat because he's always been around my place years and years.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to say hats off to River Bluff. That's the housing development down there. They were all behind me, the ones that were around, and they were all behind me about it. And I just want to say I got some of the greatest neighbors you will ever have.
Well, that's cool. And your neighbors have a good neighbor too.
So do I.
Yeah, well, they like to go out and pet the horses, and I tell them, you go see them anytime you want to. You don't need my permission. Just go on out there and see them. And we got some that go every day.
Okay.
They're going out there bringing out. But I just want to
All
holler
right,
that.
Tim, thank
be
you.
Good.
Appreciate it,
Bye,
sir.
Tim.
And y'all have
Bye, Tim.
Have a good New Year.
Be very safe out there. You're live and local, Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME. Also worldwide at WSME971.com. And we're going to call it quits for the day.
Yes.
We'll be back in about 22
I
hours.
need a nap.
And we got Dr. Rose tomorrow. Dr. Rosemary Stein will be joining us at 7:30 in the
Yes.
morning. And later this week on Thursday, we've got Sheriff Chris Thomas will be in here at 7:30. Then we've got Chris Miller, the sports editor,
That's
Jacksonville
right.
Daily News. Bring us up to speed on this big thing that's happening this week here in Onslow County. Have a great rest of your day. Be safe and try not to do anything that I wouldn't do. See you in the morning.
SMU, Camp Lejeune, W246 CJ, Jacksonville.
News, I'm Gianna Gelosi. The U.S. striking 3 facilities used by Iranian-backed militants in Iraq.
Officials say